of omens. Give me sight beyond sight. Beyond sight. Beyond sight.
We're supposed to be on here. What the hell? This thing sucks. There we go. I still can't figure this out. Oh shit. So welcome everybody to another episode of Sight Beyond Sight. We're going to talk about the new The Batman movie. And we are going to talk about spoilers, so
The Batman. it was just fucking hilarious because like, all right, let me just tell you a quick breakdown of what my experience was. So I get to the theater, so we end up getting the IMAX tickets. So that's the first time I gone in there, and I was like, oh shit, like the theater, like after walking through this freaking strenuous hallway to finally get in there, it was actually cool because the seats were comfortable. They weren't recliners, but you could like lean back like good and everything. So like I was like, oh, this ain't bad. Then the sound kicked in, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go deaf before the end of this fucking day," because the chairs were shaking. It was insane, but it was definitely interesting. And just to throw out there real quick, at Deer Park, the movie theater, they actually had a sign now that they got 4D seating. So the 4D seating is basically like seats that move and shit while you're watching the movie.
Get the hell out of here. That's
so
cool.
I can't wait for that to start. Yeah, so
Jesus.
Yeah, like yo, Doctor Strange, I'll be in there like yes.
Damn, now I gotta look for something like that over here. Damn.
Yeah, like I walked in and I'm looking and I'm like going to Don. I'm like, yo, Dante, you seen that? And he's like, oh, I was like, yeah, we definitely got to do that.
That's gonna be a thing. I'm just gonna be sad that I'm gonna be here by myself watching that shit.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I actually saw that they had the Batman movie playing yesterday, but only about like for 3 theaters, and those shits were packed out already. So I thought today when I was leaving work, it was gonna be packed out, and it wasn't. And I was like, okay, maybe it's because it's 5 o'clock, like it started. So
well, they did a lot of early showing. Like the movie literally came out Monday, technically. Like they've been showing the movie since Monday. Like they've had like early viewings for like each day, and then apparently from what I was reading yesterday, I was gonna send it to you, but I forgot that AMC was charging more than Regal. That they're trying this new pricing system that they're trying to do for movies where they charge you more for like the newer movies, but then when they get old, they charge you less to go watch it. Type thing.
They're trying to be slick.
Yeah, I was reading about it like yesterday. It was actually interesting because I was like, I mean, honestly, like if it wasn't for like my nephew, I would have went to go watch the movie like 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later. I would have cared. Yeah. So like,
I was thinking the same thing, but as soon as you said you're gonna watch it, I was like, all right, might as well do it. Give us something to talk about on the podcast.
yeah. But I don't know. So freaking, how about this? It started with The Batman, and I was like, oh, I'm in for like a 3-hour, like what the fuck? But how do we want to do this? You want to go right into the movie? Or you want to do like a kind of breakdown-ish in a way?
We can do a little breakdown.
The breakdown, honestly, is basically it's a Batman movie based on him being, I want to say not a fully experienced Batman, but like an early years Batman.
Yeah.
So you don't see his coming up, but you see him in the beginning of his come up. But it's a very, I kind of felt like it wasn't a superhero movie. It was more like a suspense thriller with the superhero aspect.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were trying to put out there. So like that's just a little break. Like this, because we're gonna go into mad spoilers when we break down a lot of the scenes and shit. But that's kind of the idea of watching that movie. Like don't think about like the other Batman movies that we've seen that makes you feel like you're watching a superhero Batman movie. And think about you going there watching kind of what a lot of Batman fans will want, a detective-ish movie.
Yeah. I'll agree with that because I feel like it had certain themes, and this is something I'm going to get into because I was thinking about it the whole ride home. But I felt like it was going to the beginning was my favorite part of the whole movie. Like I felt like it declined for me, and I think it's because
yes,
they had, and I think because the director was going to that thing, like he took from
I felt like he tried too much.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, and I felt like what he did was because I didn't think the movie was bad. I don't know why people are saying this is the best Batman movie ever. I think
no, it's not. But it's better than the Bane. It's better than certain Batman movies. You know, I'll put it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the vibe it gave for me in the beginning, I loved visually how gritty it was because it reminded me of like 90s movies. Then I started getting a feel like, yo, this reminds me of Seven. So, and then once you get those first scenes with Riddler and he kills the guy and all the stuff, I'm like,
oh yeah,
yo, this is like Seven. Like, I hope it's in that thing. Like, okay, my whole hope was you're going to see him and this how he kills people and then he leaves the little, riddles. Yeah. And I thought the whole movie was going to be like that. And it wasn't. So I was like, damn.
It's slowly, it was
being like, it
was there, and then it was like, no, you're getting back to the laziness. Stop being lazy.
Yes.
Like you could literally make this whole movie based off of this and be fine. But that's when he started being like, we got to do this twist and that twist. And I was like, yo, bro, like slow down. Like you got 3 hours worth of movie, and you didn't. You could have made it 2 hours flat, and it would have been probably awesome, honestly.
Yeah, if you stayed in one lane and you did one kind of thing, it would have been fine. But I agree with you. I felt like they did too much, but I felt like I think after the second guy he killed, like the one with the bomb on the neck, it was because again I was getting Seven vibes, I was getting Saw vibes, and I was like, he has, for anybody who doesn't know, like the guy who directed it took from mad stuff from the comic books. Like, Hush is one of them. That's why the Riddler looks like that. And they had the little Hush thing when he was making the video.
Yeah.
So they gave hints to those, like, comic book series. Year 2 was an actual comic book series. Like, I think it was, like, year 1 through 5 of Batman. They did certain things. They give a lot of hints, and they took a lot from the comic books. But then, and I know I'm going to sound contradicting, but I was like, the certain things I like that they took from other movies like Seven and Saw and all that, I hated when they took stuff from the other Batman because he's doing the same thing Joker did, Heath Ledger's Joker with the videos. And I was like, why are you doing the same exact thing? Like, don't do that. Like, I'd rather him like the Zodiac Killer, like you're trying to make him do all the little notes. He doesn't have to be on camera, like, on like the
he didn't have to put his personality.
Like make him like you gotta find him. You gotta find him. He's a serial killer. Like that would have made a better detective movie. Like you gotta find the serial killer. You don't know what he looks like. I was hoping they
I never fully watched Seven. Like I've always watched it in and out, but that thought process is actually what it like because it didn't bother me at first, but now when you're saying it was like like once he got on camera and became more personal. It kind of was like it made him less scary. It made him less like intimidating. Yeah. Yeah,
and it took too much from the Dark Knight. Like, I understand if you're going to pay homage, but you're doing too much for that because not only that, if you notice some of the lines Catwoman said, was from like Batman Returns. Like some of the stuff that the dialogue between her and Batman, I was just like, why? Like this is supposed to be your own movie. Just do this, but have this theme going, and it would have been fire. I would have been like, yo, this is probably the best Batman movie I've ever seen if they kept going that way.
Yeah, because it would have stood in the darker, like one of the best aspects that you could do for a Batman is what that beginning of that movie was like. Dark, gritty. Like at first I was a little like, all right, he's gonna be emo as fuck as Bruce Wayne, but since they didn't use Bruce Wayne overly, it didn't affect the movie. Like it didn't stay in my head. Like he didn't do a lot of scenes as Bruce, so it was cool. Like I was watching Batman, which I kind of enjoyed a lot more than actually watching him be like, look at me in my fancy car and being the playboy. Like I guess I was bored of that, and I kind of wanted him to be more like I want to beat your ass, and like I like the little bit of darkness. That's
That's what I liked
that.
about the movie too. I love
Yeah.
that he was, even though I thought the line was corny when in the beginning when the guy's like, "Who do you think you are?" He's like, "I'm vengeance," and I was like,
"Oh well, you know they always got to do that." Yeah,
yeah, but it made sense for when you figure out what the Riddler's doing, because at the end when he beats that one fake Riddler and he was just like, "I'm vengeance," so I was just like, "All right, that was a little like kicking the balls to Batman, like I'm not going to be vengeance no more," but there, like I said, there's certain things I liked about it. I really liked, and I wish they kept going that way because I felt like most of the movie was him and Catwoman, which was another thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about the Filonis and Maloney's and all these fucking names that you put in Batman Begins. Like I don't care about all these people. And
I mean, I love Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, she wasn't a bad. She wasn't a bad Catwoman at all. Yeah. She wasn't a bad Catwoman at all.
Yeah.
Because even like her fight scenes, they were kind of cool too. Like they did a good choreography, but you could tell there's some CGI in there when they're doing a lot of the flips.
Flips, yeah. So, the first flip scene when she jumped out the window was fake as hell. Like, I was like, what the hell just happened?
So I was just like, all right. But I didn't mind her. I think that story went on for a little bit too long. It took away from Riddler because that whole portion of the movie, you didn't see Riddler at all. So that's why I was just like, yo, man, I want to see more of him. He looked dope. I like that. But
no, they did take a lot away from him because like the Riddler and his aspect, like, because for me, like going into it, like watching it, like I deadass was like seeing, like when he killed the dude in the beginning, I was like, oh, this guy's just and he's gonna be crazy. Like he's not gonna be all there, but he's gonna be there. And then they started to show like the back and forth. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the way he looked, and for some reason that look was actually cool as hell to me because it was like it was very normal. It wasn't cheesy looking. It was some basic ass crazy person look, and I liked that. Like I thought that was cool
the director said he took it from Hush and the Zodiac Killer. So he was like, he did a little bit of both things. So I was just like, well, it looks good. Like I said, that I thought at first, hearing him talk over the thing, I was like, don't do a Bane thing. Don't do a Bane thing. But I was like, no, it was fine. It was fine. But I think what I liked, man, again, I liked the beginning. I like when he was waiting for that guy in the car. Like those scenes are the things that I like because I was like, that's what a serial killer would do.
Yeah, that's what made it dark.
Yeah. But then after that scene and the bomb thing, you didn't see nothing else. Like him doing anything. So I was like, man, what the hell? We don't see him to the end.
But I think that's part of the aspect of like the movie was on the verge of trying to be rated R and they were trying to push it and they said no. And they made it a PG. And it's like, damn, maybe that's the one time it was like, you know what? Make it rated R if you're going to keep it as dark like this. That's fine. Like the director already said, his Batman is not going to be part of that whole universe that they're trying to do.
Okay, that was
he wants to keep it. Yeah, he wants to keep it separate. Like he doesn't want no other people. Like he said, there is no aliens in his universe. That's basically how he said it.
He's trying to do what Christopher Nolan did. That's why he said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think that's stupid because then it's like, why? Well, I think DC's stupid for that because it's like now you're not going to ever be what Avengers has done for 10 years and plus.
Yeah.
So I was just like, all right, but if that's the whole thing, then don't ever mention anybody in any of the movies then. So when you do Aquaman 2, don't reference Justice League or Superman. Like make it Aquaman's in his own world and Flash is in his own world.
At this point, it would be that would be fair, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's kind of like and that was the other thing I was thinking too. The grittiness of Batman is one of those things like you can't put him in this world unless you're gonna make Superman gritty and Flash gritty and everybody gritty because it doesn't lap right. You can't have this Batman with Man of Steel Batman and then be like all colorful and it wouldn't work.
Now we're gonna have to see what like I'm gonna end up because I like Flash as a character, not saying like the movie version.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go watch Flashpoint because that's one of my favorite stories. So hopefully that story actually helps the DC, you know, because like I was trying to like talk to Dante about it, and I was trying to think like how to explain it. I was like, because he's like, oh, they're gonna do a Justice League, like they'll have Batman. And I'm like, well, he's saying he's not gonna do it like this, and then like if you look at what DC's kind of doing with their promotion, they're trying to promote a whole nother teen thing. Like Black Adam's gonna be a good guy technically. Like I don't think I think he's gonna be like a bad guy, then he's gonna turn good. And they're gonna do like a whole like a Justice Society or whatever they call it, like type shit. Yeah. Like
see that trailer that they showed, like is the one that we all seen, whatever. But it was like quick things. And what interests me is to see more so than The Rock would be the and I don't really care about Hawkman because I thought that picture looked ridiculous, but to see Adam Smasher and Doctor Strange, not Doctor Strange, Doctor Fate. Those two I want to see.
Doctor Fate, like I want, like this is the one thing, and I will be mad after watching every freaking cartoon with Doctor Fate in it of Naboo is not an asshole. I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, that's true. I hope it's not a real.
Like I want that mask to be on some. Yeah,
I would love to see the Demon in one of these movies, maybe in a Doctor Fate movie. To see Etrigan, that would be so cool.
Oh, that would be fucking. I love sick. Etrigan. Yeah, but like that whole magic possibility for DC would be dope. And they already they promote so much of it in the cartoon. It would be ill as hell to see like live action.
Yo, that would be so great to have John Constantine and Swamp Thing, and on top of Dr. Fate and the Etrigan and all that.
Dark Justice League.
Yeah, that would be so crazy. And Zatanna, because you need a girl in there.
Trust, I love. That's my bitch. I love her. Like, it's funny because like. In the process of this, like my nephew hitting me up and he's like, yo, you're gonna go watch it and da. Like at night before I go to sleep while I'm smoking or whatever, I've been rewatching the original Batman animated series because I seen a post one day and people were like, oh, Batman or the X-Men, like which one was better, the cartoon? And I'm like, I have like a love for the X-Men that's heavy, but I don't hate the Batman cartoon. So I had to like rewatch it. And like I was like, nah, you know what's crazy? Is like no matter what episode has Joker in it, that's a 10. All the Joker episodes are fucking 10s. It's crazy. Yeah. But then, like, there's just episodes in there that are really good. And then there's some that are just, like, generic random episodes. Like, there's one that I was watching. There was, he forgets his memory. Like, he forgets who he is because he goes undercover. And I was like, damn, this episode was really fucking good. I was like, I like it. But I guess because it was, like, so much Batman love that it made me forget how ill that cartoon was for a minute.
I think that pushed me away from it is because once I started like seeing Batman everywhere, it kind of pushed me away. But I was just like that cartoon, just like I said, DC cartoons got me all day. I could watch that, Superman, Justice League, and Unlimited all day, every day. Because those are the
top favorites. For DC. Those are the top ones. Yeah. And then obviously the Amazing Friends and shit is my shit too. But
that's like corny funny.
Yeah. All right, so back to the movie. So I'm trying to what was the all right. We're going Gordon, Commissioner. Is that the Commissioner Gordon from the Gotham TV show on Fox 5? Because I feel like it is.
No, because the one from the TV show is white guy.
Was it a white guy?
Yeah.
So they've been hyping this movie for mad long because I was like, I swear that Spanish guy was Gordon for a minute, but they probably announced it and then they just kept it going.
Yeah. Apparently, there's supposed to be a TV series on HBO Max that is in this universe, this Batman universe. So
for Penguin,
I'll be excited to see that. Like, I want to see where they could go because I feel like they could do more with a TV show as long as it's not WB. It's on,
Listen, as HBO long as it's not on. Yeah, actual TV and it's on HBO Max, like how Peacemaker was.
Yeah,
it could be really good.
Yeah.
Like so I don't know about you, but
what? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say about the movie. I don't know about you, but the scene when like basically towards the end, when he's looking at the computer and he's trying to figure out everything, which I still want to go back to another thing that he figured out. But like that whole time, I figured out the puzzle before he did. Because I was just like, guns, masks. I was like, yo, he got the whole look, like he set up everything. He's telling you how do you get people to follow you, and then you start reading it.
Yo, I was looking at this because one of the things I liked about this movie was that, okay, you could tell he's human. He's not this, I could beat everyone and I'm the smartest. But I was like, you're doing all these riddles like this. And then the one riddle that I got was a bat with wings. You're like, that was pigeon? A penguin has wings. Like, a bat, you fuck. Like, I was just like, that's the first thing I thought it was a bat. And
it's
how
the
did
only
you not
thing.
think of it? I was just like, yo, that was corny. But I don't know if you laughed as hard as I did. What? There was a scene where he's pushing the table and he's like shirtless, and they're like zooming in on his back, and he had no muscles. He looked like Joaquin's Phoenix Joker. Yo, I started dying because I was just like, why are they closing up on his back like he got muscles? Like he's like literally posting it. His bones are coming out. I was like, yo, that was the dumbest thing you could ever do.
I'm trying to do the Marvel scene where we get every actor on our thing to be fucking OD in shape. They couldn't do that with him. Like, because even like I kept saying, like when I was every time he wasn't in the Batman costume, I was like, yo, put that on because it makes you look actually like grown. Like he looked like an actual like fit person. Like when he didn't have it on, it was like, yo, he's scrawny. Like it's so not believable that he could beat someone up.
Yeah, even with the costume on, he didn't look imposing because he wasn't like tall.
He's not tall. He's but so the costume really had but it had a mask to it, like because they made it bulletproof, obviously, because the nigga got shot 38 times. Yeah. I was like, holy shit!
Like when one of the Riddlers was shot him with the 12 gauge. He's like, oh shit!
I think everybody in the movie theater reacted the same way. It was just like, oh, that was a shotgun, because we were all like rocking with it, like, all right, because he's dodging some of the bullets, whatever. He took a few not major shots, so I was letting it rock. Like I was like, I'm not gonna get mad at this. But then I was like, who brought a shotgun to the Sniper Fest?
Yeah. I'm not prepared.
Because all I was boom out, and like, mind you, it was in the IMAX. So I was like, boom, what the fuck? And then you just say, I was like, what the hell? And you hear other people like 12 gauge. I was dying. Shit.
Damn, there was something else I wanted to say about the fucking one of the other scenes I thought was like, oh, car chase scene. This is why I was just like, why'd you do this? You saw how the ramp came right up on, like
perfectly.
He's going through the things, and it was just perfect. I was just like, why? You're ruining it by doing like you could have made it.
The whole scene was ill until that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, that's ill. Like, and then on the other side, and I like how the camera kept cutting in a certain way, so it was showing like the Batmobile like coming. And him doing this, and like the penguin, like fuck. Like I like the way they were doing the angles, and then it was just like, let's show you how he jumps it. And it's like I don't need, like I didn't need to know how the Fonz made it over.
Yes.
I don't need to know, like,
exactly. You didn't need to show us that he made it, how he made it over. Because I was just like, oh, you're trying to pay homage to the Fast and Furious now. Like, oh, it just worked out perfectly.
Listen, there's gonna be a day in our life when we're gonna have Iron Man, Vin Diesel, like all the random. It's gonna be Expendables, like supreme.
Give it 10 more years when they can't do movies no more, and they're just gonna come back for the superhero Expendables.
Hell yeah!
But, I did like the Penguin though. I didn't think the Penguin was bad at all.
What's his name? Colin Farrell. Yeah, Colin Farrell. Yeah. But from the fact that everybody was hyping him, I was like, watch it, like, I'm going to be disappointed. And at first, I was just like, all right, he's mid. It ain't nothing special. But then once we got the car scene and the actual interaction and, like, a scene, I was like, all right, I get why people were saying what they were saying. Like, because you could see it, like, oh, shit, I want him to be Penguin now later for, like, the TV show and other things. Because I like the way he played it. Like, he's a little funny. He's good. Like, he has a mixture of good personality as the character.
Yeah, I think so too. I was just like, damn, man, that was really cool. I like seeing him, and I'm glad that they didn't put too much of him in it, but they put enough of him in it. Like,
they made it make sense.
Yeah,
because he's an up and mobster. He's an up and comer. Like he's coming up, Boom.
Well,
now look at I'm in charge. Now he's about to become the penguin. He's gonna get the hat soon. He's about to be out here.
With like, the little monocle in his eye.
Yeah. Listen, you seen how they try to pay homage to the walk when they tied his leg up when they made him walk to the car. That was their way of paying homage to him doing the Waldo shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have that. Like,
now, I want to ask you about the scene where he's actually talking to the Riddler in the jail cell. Now,
what was he yelling? What was he saying? He was like,
that's funny.
Listen, I like the movie, but I'm not gonna say and not laugh at certain things that was fucking funny about it.
This is another point where I was just like, they almost had me like, all right, this is a cool scene, and then they killed it. And it was right before that, but that killed it for me. But it was like Batman's thinking like, all right, he knows who I am, so he's talking, and then he says Bruce Wayne, but he says it in that weird way, like you didn't have to say it like that, but he said it like that like 3 or 4 times, Bruce Wayne, and had nothing to do with it. But the fact that I was just like, I was thinking like, oh, he knows, the camera's on, and I'm trying to think like, how is he gonna get out of this? And then he was just like, that's the one person we didn't get. And then you see it click in Batman's head like, oh, he doesn't know me. And then the thing I got upset about before he punched the window, because this guy that played the Riddler, I seen him play crazy people in other movies pretty well. So I'm thinking like, all right. And this is where I wish I was a director, because I'd be like, no, do this again, because I don't like where you're just like, no, like, no, screaming. I was just like, yo, that doesn't look crazy. It looks dumb. I was like, yo, when he says no, you have to portray like a betrayal. Like his whole thing was like, me and you are working like I'm following your lead kind of thing. I'm doing this for you. So it should have been that crazy person thing where he realizes like, oh shit, you're not with me. And he should have like started crying or banging his head on the desk, like, no, like an actual like crazy scream, like, no, you're not supposed to. But it was just like this weird no.
Nah, like, they fucked that up, because I do agree, because I felt like it took me out of the scene a little bit, because I didn't want to see him really crying like that. But it's the same aspect, like well, we'll get to the fucking elephant in the room. Obviously, Joker's in the fucking universe
again. So another new Joker.
Yeah. I was like, God damn it! Like I will get into that conversation after this, but freaking having him there and like the interaction and then like the calming down, like with Joker calming him down and explaining, like I get it, but it was like I kind of wanted it more like like how you were saying, like I wanted that crazy sadistic. Like it's just be like, all right, fuck it, like you're the Riddler, like you're gonna find a way out of it, like that's supposed to be your aspect, like. Nigga, you're smart. You're a sadistic, fucking manipulative person. That's how you move. Yeah. Like, to have you sit there now and be like, oh, we're going to work together. And it's like, nigga, I don't want to see you in the, like, no, now you're just trying to over-anarchy everything. And it was like, I felt like the movie was already kind of over-anarchy in it when you stretched it out to have the fucking flood.
Yeah.
Which, that's, like, I was like, I don't need this scene. Like, I get it, but I didn't need it.
See,
you know,
I didn't need that scene. I didn't need all the other little Riddler followers. Yeah. What I needed was more him being a serial killer. That's what I want to see more of. Him being a serial killer, and then the Batman is actually smartens up and catches him somehow.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have that.
As I talk about it, it really is a mixture of this guy's movie with a Christopher Nolan movie, because now I'm thinking like the Riddler, like henchman. There was like the Joker henchman in the fucking Dark Knight. Like it's like a mixture of. It's like that scene at the end of the movie where it was like he didn't even fight Joker. He fought all the henchmen and then just tied up Joker. That was pretty much the end.
Yeah,
and it's like shit. All right, damn. All right, the movie dropped the rating a little bit because I was already mad at the flood. But, like, I was trying to not let it get to me because I was sitting there and I was just like,
"You didn't need the flood because how are you gonna come from that? And then what's the next big thing? You flooded all of Gotham. Now, what's the next thing?
Pretty much.
And if the Joker comes out now, what's the next thing? Like, you guys are going to be doing the same thing, killing people and making notes and videos. And look, I'm on Snapchat killing somebody. Like, come on, man.
And that's one of the things about that whole aspect. Like, if you look at it, it's like, this is why you could create in a universe of Batman, who Batman has arguably some of the best villains ever. You could fucking create something new. Like Dante is like, oh, like you think like that little kid's gonna be like a possible Robin? And I was like, if they want to make a storyline for it, they could. And like I was already personally thinking, like, I want a Batman universe where they actually fucking extend it past the 4 to 5 people that they always use. Like, can we get Robin growing into Nightwing? Can we get Damian, since y'all been using Damian Wayne for everything except for a movie? Like, you know, like, hey, Red Hood is one of the most loved fucking villains, and y'all don't even try to use him.
See, like, but when they're doing this, you know, year 2 movie, basically, they're not going to do that unless they do, because I think this is supposed to be like a 3 movies, right?
I don't know.
I think 3 Batman movies.
Sure.
So if they do that,
I know
it's
there's
kind of
2
like,
so far.
Unless you do that, you're going to have to jump years ahead. Like, all right, this was year 2. Now this is year 5. And now this is year 10. You know, you're going to have to jump.
No, I feel you. I just feel like they could make like just a Batman standalone aspect like they want to do. And they could do multiple. Technically, that's what they try to do in the 90s or the beginning. Like, you know, with the, you know, Michael
with the shitty Batmans.
Like, it went from 2 good ones to going down, but at least they try to progress the movie, like more different characters. And hey, we're gonna throw Robin and Batgirl, and even though I didn't like the way they did it, but you know, if you do it in a smart way, it makes it cool. Like, I guarantee you, a lot more people and Batman, like, because this movie's not gonna like break records. It's just gonna be a good movie.
No. Yeah.
But like, if you actually start doing shit like that, like, yo, there's a group of people out there like me, like, I want to see Nightwing. I love Nightwing is the cooler version of everything Batman. Like, see, you know, like,
I agree with you because I'd rather see Nightwing and I'd rather see Red Hood, but I'd rather see Nightwing over Red Hood. Because I feel like with Red Hood, you would have to. That's like, to do a Red Hood movie, you would have to do like 10 movies.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that, but at the same time, but you gotta remember, this movie, it just started at a certain time. You could start a Batman movie at a certain time, and the fan base is gonna understand, like, all right, listen, this is, let's say he starts with Tim Drake as a young Robin, and he has the way that wrestling fans argue about shit when they talk about WWE or AEW. They go, WWE doesn't acknowledge its past or histories of certain things. AEW, they go and they always acknowledge everything that's ever happened with that character.
No, this is my.
That's what they could. So they could do that with Batman. Okay. Batman, we know Batman's history. We know who Batman is. We know everything about Batman. So if you give us a Batman movie and you say, we're doing a Batman and Robin movie with Tim Drake as the Robin, and we have a tease of Nightwing and and you just jump off with that and then build off of that, you could do that. People aren't going to get mad at that. Nobody's going to go, but how did they get him? Or how did they do that? They're just going to go, oh, all right, this is what this is. You know?
I would agree with you because, like I said, if they did like 3 movies, then you could jump a few years ahead of time. And you could say, okay, maybe that little kid is grown, and if they want to do it that way, and now he's Dick Grayson. And then he, like you said, Dick Grayson's turning into Nightwing, and then he's gonna get the new Tim. Right?
No, it goes Jason Todd, Danson Drake. No,
Jason Todd. There you go. Yeah. So I was just like, but I agree with you. I think they should do a time lapse. Like, okay, years later, now he has Robin with him, and maybe the 3rd movie, Robin's Nightwing, and then but what other characters? Because to be honest, I'm getting tired of Joker. How many times you're gonna do Joker, and how many different ways you're gonna do it?
If you want to, it depends on what you're looking for. One, I want a Two-Face that's actually respectable. Like, can we get a good Two-Face for once? Just because I'm a Two-Face fan. fucking Clayface.
Clayface. Well, that's too magical for this thing.
Which it is, but at the same time, it's like, all right, if you want to do non-magical, then it kind of sucks because then we get street level. So I might have to go like go Two-Face, then it's like Black Mask, then you want to say Mad Hatter, but Mad Hatter is technically in that aspect of that. You can't use Poison Ivy. Killer Croc you can't use. Scarface or whatever his name is, the toy guy. I'm trying to think for everything I remember in the cartoon.
See, this is what I was hoping, because how the Nolan movies were, they made Scarecrow like this side character that got off easy. I'd rather if you're gonna use a character like his to be like some guy he beats up in the beginning and that's the end of it, I'd rather a Scarface with the puppet. Like, all right, this guy's a psychopath. His puppet's killing people. He has like dual personality disorder. Kick his ass in the beginning, but as a fan, it's like, oh, you gave us a new, different.
No, it's a cool little homage, man.
Yeah. So
like, I would like that because honestly, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like in the cartoon, like because when watching it in the cartoon, fucking like the aspect of the split personality and shit, it was like, oh shit, this is awesome. Like, it's weird because like rewatching shit now, because I remember but I don't remember, it made me like, damn, I'm older. So now with adult brain watching it, I love it even more. You know, like that. Those episodes, I put it like that episode was so good. I rewatched Fight Club. Like, that's how good it was. Like, it made me go back to Fight Club because I love the split personality aspect. Like, that's something that's real to me. Like, because you could really get crazy like that. You know?
Yeah. I think that's what they need to do. Because there's that guy, there's Calendar Man, which is a stupid villain, but there's a guy that's really
dude that cuts like the shit on his head. Who does like the cuts on his head? Oh no,
that's another guy. He actually tallies all. That was the one I was just about to bring up. If you're gonna do like another serious movie, have him because he's a killer, and he puts all the tallies of all the bodies he killed. So I'm just like, do something like that as a brand new. You don't need CGI. It's just scars, and he's fucking crazy. Like, use him. Like, stop. I know they're gonna put Joker in it because they already set it up, but it's like I'm tired of seeing Joker because you overdo it. Like, Heath Ledger was like a whole cool homage because it wasn't he was the first Joker since the 80s. So I was like, all right, bring it back. Then you know that happened with him, and then now it's like, all right, you get Jared Leto, which was horrible. Then you have Joaquin Phoenix, which I didn't like, and then now you got this new guy, and it's just like, come on, man, how many fucking Jokers do I have to see? I don't want to see any more Jokers. Give it a rest for a little while. Get something new.
You know what? It does suck to say, but yeah, they
like,
gotta give.
I'll see.
See who?
Yeah, I would rather see a good Scarecrow, but I feel like that's still too soon. So I don't know. I hope that he wises up and does something different, but I feel like what he's gonna do is do like a Riddler and Joker movie, and then he's gonna just do like a Penguin and someone else. I think I heard something. He really wants to put Mr.
He could do the Clue Master. I'm looking up. All right, so I'm looking up Batman villains.
Yeah.
And we could do the Clue Master because he's on the Detectives comics from 1966.
Clue Master.
Listen,
just have
how
everyone
dead
do
ass.
riddles and clues.
You gave me a computer in front of me as we do this, so now I could do like nerd shit. Like, I really want to hook up another one so I could do it a little bit easier. Because like I'm like switching on and off screens like to look at villains.
Well,
because he has a lot of villains.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Like, that shot will be an ill one. It's funny, the Firefly episode in the cartoon is so cheesy.
Yeah.
Like, there we go. Dr. Hugo Strange. That's the guy. He's in the Batman video game. That's why I remember him. Like, I know him like that. He's in the Arkham game. That's the good villain for that kind of universe. let's see. Hugo Strange is an insane psychopath who uses his mystery of chemistry and creates what the fuck? This nigga's like a goddamn chemist. The stems that turns his victims into mindless brutes. Oh, so this nigga does like he's kind of like a scarecrow. Hush is Dr. Elliot. What was the name in the movie? What was his name? Because he had the two IDs. I forgot the name with the two IDs.
Oh, I'm not sure. But let me just see if I could make this a little bit better.
See, the shit that I'm looking at is like it says Hush 2002 Batman. And it's basically it's Dr. Thomas Elliot. It's Hush. It's not technically the real shit. See, these things are gonna make me go buy comic books.
He was the guy in the on the TV. The Thomas Elliot guy. He was a guy on the TV. Now we have Calendar Man over here, like you said, Clue Master, Black Mask. I don't want to see Deadshot. We're good with that.
You got Will Smith in there. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that
I mean, Deathstroke would be dope. You know, we forget about Deathstroke so much, and Deathstroke is such an ill character.
The Phantasm. Remember that cartoon movie?
Is that it?
That girl right here?
Honestly, I didn't know if that was actual canon character. Like, I remember the movie because
This guy's crazy, Professor Pig.
Okay, I don't know about.
Oh, there it goes. The Ventriloquist and Scarface.
Like the Phantom movie, yo, you gotta remember the Phantom movie when we were kids. That was like you had to get that VHS, son. That shit was gold.
Yeah, that's still fire. I still like that damn movie.
Mm-hmm. I might watch that tonight because I know it was on Netflix. So
you know what's funny?
And watch.
Looking through his rogues gallery, I thought he had like a shit ton of like villains, but I feel like they put them all in the animated cartoon, like all the good ones.
Yeah, the cartoon literally, the first season alone is like 60-something episodes, and they give you almost every character they could think of. Like, I think everybody that comes back in the next 2 seasons are all like comebacks. Like, there's not like a new
the Creeper in a movie. This guy right here.
All right,
but they're never gonna do that.
Can I make this? Oh shit, I can. Haha. All right, I'm trying to learn how to work this shit too. I was trying to say, I was like, why can't I make your screen bigger on my screen? But now I do.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
But who else is?
Yeah, really, they don't.
You know me. I'm gonna pick all the most random, like Loveless right here. Like, who doesn't want to watch a movie with a bitch that's just like fed up and just
fed up with shit? Yeah, Catwoman, Cracker, Mad Hatter, Batman, Ra's
See, this doesn't have all of them because you don't even have Man Bat and shit in here.
See, there he is. Yeah, right there. He's right there.
Yeah, I see him.
These are his. It says his primary villains.
Okay.
And then it goes to secondary rogues gallery, and that's Calendar Man, and that's Black
These
Mask.
are all like the side quests in the video games. The fucking Black Mask, like nigga, you're not even fucking fake red. Fucking Red Skull. Like
Hugo Strange reminds me of the professor and that made Wolverine. Okay. They always showed him with the glasses.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah.
Hugo Strange is one, like, he's in the Arkham game. I don't know if you have that one. The Arkham for.
No, I don't have that one.
That's a good game. The Arkham games, the 3 Batman games, are really good.
Where's that guy with the scars? I thought I just saw him.
Yeah, you did. You passed him. Go down more. Is that that's Calendar. Shit, what the hell is that him? No, that's not him. No. I can't control it. I was gonna try to control it. I was like, I can't control it. I really want to see Clayface. I ain't gonna lie. Clayface is like one of my favorite villains.
I know. I so fucking bad. And there's definitely everybody. I'll look at something else. But in the meantime, we'll go back to this.
But freaking.
Oh shit! But anyways, yeah.
There is
so
no end credit, by the way. Let's just throw that out there. Yeah.
Yeah, there isn't. It's just a word saying the end with a question mark, and it was in the letters that the Riddler was playing. But you know
what
it's
would
not
have made it better?
because you get Joker at the end. What?
Nah, but you know what would have made it better? If instead of a question mark, it would have actually been a riddle for us to try to figure out as we left. That would have made me happy.
Yeah.
And it would have been like,
that would have been
good. Who pays $20 to watch a movie that you've seen 1,000 times? You fucking fool. He's so mad. Yeah, man. It's this bastard. Like, don't ever give me a riddle that insults me personally. Yeah, like he knew it. He knew it. Freaking what was
okay, so yeah, he was on that screen. His name is Victor Zaz or something, and he has the tally marks all over him. Let me see if I could do
so he was on screen? All right.
Yeah, he was on the screen, but it was just a weird picture. It looked like a leopard. That was the picture that was on it.
That was him. So it was him, the one I was making fun of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a psychopath.
He's an interesting character that I've never heard a lot about besides what I know about him. Like, I was like, that's a character I would love for Batman to go after. Like, he kills people and he counts it up. So it's not like Batman should be on his ass. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
I know. You know, I thought was funny too in the movie when he went to see Penguin and he was just like, he's just allowing him to sell drugs. And I was just
yeah.
This is why Punisher is real, because he would have lit that whole place up.
Like, what? God, so close. 3 more weeks, Moon Knight. But we're not talking Marvel now. We're not talking Marvel yet. Let me not do that. let me not do it. But nah, that scene. All right, if that scene was funny to you, then you had to be dying because I was in the chair like, yo, this is kind of funny. This nigga walked up to the door and knocked on the door. I was like, this is the most non-Batman shit I've ever seen in my life. But I kind of respect it.
And the guy was thinking, like, who are you supposed to be? Like, who do you think I am? Like, what the fuck? What do I look like?
I was like, I don't know why I don't like it. I was like, I hate it, but I like it at the same time because I was like, it's kind of funny that he's just walking like, no, let me see if they just let me in. Like, my nigga, you in a whole Batman suit. Like,
in the street.
That was mad funny. Yeah.
Hey. Can I talk to your evil villain boss? Please.
That was one of the things about the movie too that was funny because it was like a sway back and forth of the Batman lore. Like, oh, we show him disappear quick when he has to, but he was always just there chilling with the cops. And then he does that walking in. It was like, nigga, do you not Batman anything? But then he'll walk out of shadow to beat up a fucking random ass street thug. It was like, yo, you walking into a building with 100 and something people that want to probably kill you, like all this crazy shit.
And you're not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it. But the niggas on the subway who look like fucking Santana Ortiz from fucking AEW, fucking beating up a fucking Asian guy, you walk out the shadows. Like, nigga, make up your mind. What do you want to put fear in?
Exactly. Oh shit. Very interesting.
It's fun to make fun of it because like it's like no, I like it. It's good. I put it within the Batman movies that I watch. If I choose, like if I had to be like, oh, watch a more common now Batman movie, I'll watch it. But like I don't know how to. I don't want to give it. I had to get like quick rating. I'll be like a 7.5, maybe 8.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
I'll watch it again. Like I have no problem watching it again. I have no problem with it, but you're gonna have to deal with me making fun of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, cause that's shit that I had to make fun of. Like, it's like, nah, I
So it's
like
like
it, but
him.
yo, that's fucking
Yo,
yeah.
I'm telling you, that back thing killed me. I was just like, why? Why are you zooming into his bony ass back? Like there was no purpose of that.
All
Oh,
right, and
one more critique
we have to
about the
give
movie.
props though.
One
No,
more
wait,
critique
I
about
want
the
to give
movie.
props real quick. I want to give a
All
prop
right.
to Alfred, the Claw, Smeagol,
Yeah.
whatever other
Yeah.
characters that he ever plays. That guy is awesome. Because I was
Yeah.
like watching it, and that scene in the beginning when he's interacting with Batman, Bruce Wayne, whatever. A part of me was like, yo, I just want him to be like, you know what? F you. I'm gonna go do it myself. And like
Yeah.
have him be like this bad. It's like, because I was like, there's no way this guy's a butler. Like this man is one of the best actors, badass people in the
Yeah.
game. Like every time
I
you
thought,
watch him, he's a ill ass character, and now you're making him some basic butler. Like,
yeah. I did like how he was helping out, but I thought he was gonna die. I was like, "You're gonna kill off Alfred that quick?"
yeah,
And when they
yeah.
got the bomb, I was like, "Holy
If
shit!"
they would have killed Alfred, I was like, Batman has to go dark. I wanted him like he would have had to beat the shit out of Riddler for me to be happy.
Yeah,
Like to be honest, like I wouldn't want him to kill Alfred and then him be like, "No, for justice, we don't want to be like them." I'm like, no, nigga, you just killed your man. Like,
yeah.
and he blew up
Like
half
your
your
last
house.
family member.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but that was very interesting. So, what was your critique that you said you had? You had a critique?
Oh, the
One
slow
last one?
walking. Did you notice that?
Okay.
Like there was a lot of slow walking for no reason, and it wasn't like 300 slow walking where it was just like music. It was just like there was a lot of like he walks in a room in his house that was chained up, and then he just slowly walks in there, and then he just stares at nothing, and then cut the scene, and it was just like you don't need to walk that slow everywhere you go, and it was always when
All
he
right,
was
so
Bruce Wayne.
well, they're trying to hype it up because honestly, that boy does not look anything like what a Bruce Wayne would look like.
No, it looks like it's
And
funny.
the other, well, if that's your last critique, my last critique is DC. Can you stop playing music throughout your movies? I don't need you to play fucking monologues for every 45 to an hour part of the movie. That shit
But
was
it's the
getting
same
annoying after a
song.
while.
It was only
Yes.
one song over and over.
It was just different parts. It was different parts of it. Yeah, it was all different parts. And I was just like, you're not doing it for me. Even though I did kind of feel like they were trying to do the Batman, and unless it was just stuck in my head, that song. But it was like, I felt like they were trying to do it, but they were doing it in a way that different, like a different sound, but similar. Like, because I was catching it. I was like, yo, this definitely sounds like the cartoon. And I
caught it too.
Yeah. Because it was getting me into the scenes. Like, yeah, it got me into the scenes more. I was like, oh, this is dope. And then I was like,
Can
oh,
you
shit.
tell me what this was? Because I still don't know what it was, right? So when he gets into his car and he's revving everything up and he's got the the thing in the fire up, and it seems like he was going to drive and then it just like stalls.
Yeah.
Like he just stopped, and I was like, "Was that a fuck up?" Like, what the fuck? Like, I thought I was gonna see a scene with him. Like, what the fuck's going on?
If he had a fucked up heavy, he would have like, and it would like, you know, when you drive a stick shift, you know. I think that was the part of the muscle aspect. Like, I don't really know muscle cars that well, but it's the way, like, you know how he has the vent on the front thing. I think it has something to do with kind of like that shit because it's like an air filter and process thing. I'm not 100% sure. But no, I caught that too. Because at first I was just like, this nigga's going to run over the penguin? I was like, he got mad and got in his car to run over the penguin. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
I'm going to run these motherfuckers over. They want to shoot me? All right.
So I was like, this is going to be fucking awesome. So, whatchamacallit? So he gets in it and he does this thing, but when it happens, like I think it was, it's kind of like a clutch chirp type shit where the gears, it's like a transmission drop. You ever did it in an automatic car where you have the neutral boom boom and you pop it and you can actually make your car kind of do like you can make an automatic chirp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what he did but it's for that model of a car. It's just hard because, like, I don't know cars that well, but that's an old ass model car that they were trying to make into a Batmobile to make it look cool. Which, don't get me wrong, it looked cool as fuck because of the car aspect, like, of it. And then the back, they just put all the extra shit in the back so it didn't take away from the car. So I liked it, but yeah, that's all it really is. It's just like that. So basically, he peeled out in a way. They're driving in the rain, like, because literally they drove in the rain like every freaking time it was at night.
Yeah, on motorcycles and everything.
Yeah. So like, if anything, you just blame it on the water. The water made the car fucking struggle and all of that. But the scene was cool as fuck until you seen him do the jump shit.
Yeah,
because I really was enjoying it. I was like, oh shit, and they were on the other side of the road. Like, I was like, Penguin got the illest car ever because that car will not die for nothing.
Yeah, no.
like, I was like, fucking, like, nigga got hit by mad shit. He was getting hit mad ways, and that car took it all. So I was like, I guess it's bulletproof or just a very strong car. Like,
yeah. Shit. But no, I'm not mad about the movie. I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm actually happy that I actually sat there and watched it. Because it's the same way I felt about I was Dark Knight. I'll be like Dark Knight Rising, and then everybody be like, oh, Dark Knight. I wasn't gonna go watch Dark Knight. I refused to watch Dark Knight. I was like, I'm not wasting. I didn't even watch Batman Begins. I was like, I'm tired of Batman. I'm done with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Then I got talked into it, and I was like, all right, F it. And we went randomly, spontaneously. I don't know if he was with us that night.
I don't know.
But I know because I remember Chris and Beast Titan and his succubus at the time, fucking Unibrow, and I think his boys at the time. Like, we all went, like, we went with a group. And like, because I was like, F it, if y'all want to hype it up that much, then y'all will pay to watch it again with me. So we all went to the movie theaters to go watch it. And I was like, fuck, like, I don't hate it, but I was like, I could watch it. And I like it enough that I could watch it. So I was like, that's how I feel about this movie, where it was like, I could hype it and be like, yo, I like the way the Riddler was. Like, I hyped the Riddler up into certain parts. And then I was like this. But nah, if somebody asked me, I'd be like, nah, it's a cool movie. Like, it's worth watching. I guess after watching Ben Affleck and Bane, it felt good to see something good again. Yeah. I have to take my shots, Yeah.
Of course. Hey, when things are bad, they're bad.
Like, those things were just horrible. Like, to see a fat Batman and then see him get OD skinny, I was like, you know what, I'll take. But it's like, all right. And you know what? I didn't love the suit, but I think I like the suit more than seeing the suit on Ben Affleck. I hate the Ben Affleck suit. I do not like that fucking suit. I hate that suit.
For the Batman he was going for, Ben Affleck looked the part. It was just Martha. And when I heard her name in this one, I was just like, I wanted to scream it out, but there was hardly
PTSD. It's like fucking PTSD.
Oh shit! But I did like how they flipped it. Like, oh, his mom was crazy. So I was like, oh, then they could play off his insanity now. So I was just like, that's a cool thing if you're going to throw it in there. But
this is definitely a play on a certain Batman. Like, quick side story, like, because I'm a normal person, I have a good job. So working overnight when I can, for my second job, I try to like find shit to watch, especially because HBO Max has a lot of DC content that I could go to for that shit. So I was Googling and looking up, and they have a lot of Batman movies on there that apparently I have to watch that they're saying like are really good. But I realize I'm a very self-centered, conscious type of person towards what I want. Because if you're not Kevin Connolly speaking as Batman, I can't watch you. Like, because his voice just is Batman. Like, so I would go and I'm looking like, who's playing Batman? Like, I don't want to hear this guy. So I won't watch the movie. I just won't do it. Like, I want to hear my Batman voice. Like, when you watch the Red Hood movie, it's a good Batman voice. Then it's a terrible Joker voice. It's fucking horrible. So it's like, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's back and forth, but I've been on my DC shit like for the last like month and a half, like throughout February to now, just like trying to refresh everything. Remember, I can't go on Disney Plus anymore. I watched everything on there.
Yeah,
I've literally watched
that's the
everything on there.
unfortunate thing because I'm still waiting for everything. Because I was just like, when Doctor Strange comes out,
Mm.
I'm gonna have like, because I know that movie's gonna be crazy, so I'm just gonna be like, fuck, it's over. And once it's out,
Yeah.
and I watch it, and I was like, I'm waiting for the X-Men cartoon, I'm waiting for Moon Knight, I'm waiting for all these fucking shows to come
Yeah,
out.
that's why I was like, it's easier to go back to DC where I haven't watched a lot of their shit, and I could be like, all right, I'll watch it now. I'll give it a chance. Besides certain one like that, I know you've seen it. The Justice League, I think it's like World War II shit, whatever it is.
I
It's some
think
weird
so.
cartoon movie. I will not watch that movie. It's not anything in my. I will not watch that movie. Is fucking horrible. But there's other like Batman Year One. There's like a couple of, I think it's a Public Enemy or some shit like that. There's a couple of other ones in
Public
there
Enemy
that
is cool. I like Public Enemy.
It's supposed to be good. Yeah.
But because I think that was him and Superman, and then all the villain or like all the heroes come fighting him.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty cool. That was a good one. I like the cartoons, but it's hard. Some of them fell off for me. Some of them are just like, I don't know. Like I couldn't watch the Harley Quinn shit. I couldn't watch.
No, the new Harley Quinn. You mean?
Yeah.
The new Harley Quinn. I honestly I enjoyed it because I didn't take it serious.
Yeah.
I took it for what it was. Like it's jokey bullshit, and then it gets to. I think I was telling you about it. I was talking about where it was like season 2, where it was like kind of already hinted at it, and it was like, all right, just make her gay, make everybody gay, make this. Everything is progressive, and we're just an open world of fucking everything, you know? Because that was that. It wasn't needed. It like the show was entertaining for what it was, and then it was like, oh, now we gotta make a love type of thing, and I was like, oh, y'all just kicked me out. Like that's pretty much what hurt it for me. But
that's crazy.
What was the last shit?
So what's
about the thing? What?
What's coming out next? It's just Doctor Strange.
No, Moonlight. Moonlight comes out in 2 weeks.
And when does Morbius come out? Isn't it like April something?
Morbius comes out. Yeah, before Doctor Strange. Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
I kind of want to see it, but I keep hearing things because what do you call it? The new trailer had.
I'm gonna end up going to see it when it comes out. Just to let you know, when it comes out, I'm gonna go. No, I'm going to because I know Dante wants to see it, so I'm gonna end up going with him. He's my reason to go watch movies that I don't really care for, but at least I have a reason to go see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a thing, and they're saying how that's just Sony. Like, he's not in the Marvel universe. They said the way to explain Vulture being in it would be in every universe. That's what the Vulture looks like. So that Vulture is not the MCU Vulture, which is I'm gonna see how it is, but I'm not too happy about that.
I mean, if they do that, it's gonna kind of because it's like nigga, there's certain like versions of the Vulture that it's actually pretty cool if you just make them generic, like sort of Vulture's just in jail, like you know, like
it doesn't make any sense.
That's kind of dumb. I'd rather have it be the MCU Vulture, makes sense, and then he'd be like, "Why?" In the trailer, he says like, "Oh, we could get in contact and work together." There's a reason, like you know, like it's like some type of hype shit, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what Sony's doing.
But Sony is doing what they need to do, and just follow what MCU tells them to do. And that's
I know, like, because they're making your money. Just shut up. Mm-hmm. Give the rights for movies for them, and that's it.
Listen,
shut up and
I don't like. I'm not an insider on a lot of shit, but I'll stand on this where it's like, and it comes down to the Sony aspect because Sony is not a high trade company in any aspect because a lot of their success comes now in video games and slightly movies. they're not that stupid that they will ever let go of shit. If you see how
no.
Netflix kind of was like, all right, fuck it, we might as well give Disney Plus, their shit because they basically blessed us with the opportunity to use it. Because we have to really give that credit, honestly.
Yeah.
From that year when Daredevil 1 first dropped, nobody was talking about TV show, superhero aspect, stream, nothing like that. Daredevil is the one that jumped off all of this and made all of it.
True.
We have no Moon Knight. We have no Peacemaker. We have no nothing if it wasn't for Daredevil. Honestly.
That's true.
And shit is crazy.
I know.
I love Daredevil. I can't wait to watch it on Disney Plus.
I know.
I don't know why, but I want to watch it on Disney Plus because it just makes me happier.
Yeah.
like I'm gonna rewatch. I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing just to watch it on Disney Plus. Like I don't care.
Hell yeah. Oh, it was so cool to see him in the movie.
Nah, it was. It's one of those things. It's just a lot. Like, if you want to do a quick Doctor Strange talk before we wrap this up, because I know you got work.
Yeah.
Fucking, whatchamacallit. If you had to say Doctor Strange, we're gonna do Doctor Strange real quick.
Yeah.
What would you think would pop up? Because we're going through multiverses. What is your, let's say, 3 to 5 possible random pop-ups?
All right, with that scene, I know Professor X is already in there from the trailer.
Yeah.
Now that whole thing is supposed to be the Illuminati. Now, I don't know if it's confirmed for real, but they said, because I don't know if anybody knows about the Illuminati in the comic books. They had different people in it, but the first one was they all had an Infinity Stone, right? So it was Professor X. He had the Mind Stone. It was Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt from the Inhumans, Doctor Strange, Iron Man. And if you look at it, they all represented every kind of hero. So you had mutants, Inhumans, enhanced humans, the mystical and magic powers, and then humans that used regular humans that don't have any powers. So I was like, oh, that was a cool lineup. Now, there's mad rumors going around. So I'm just like, I know they're not going to do it like the comic books, but if they did, because it's not even just going to be in that scene, because I think when they're going throughout the world, I think we're going to see some, not all, of the cast of Fantastic Four. I think we're going to get our own in the Marvel Universe, but I think once they're going through all the portals, I think you're going to see a cast from Fantastic Four and maybe some of the cast of X-Men, probably a Wolverine too. And I think through that, you're going to see more. The lineup, though, I think it's not going to... I don't think Black Bolt's going to be in it, because I think they want to get rid of the Inhuman show, because that was horrible. But I'm really thinking...
Yeah, because it didn't even get to Disney+. Plus. That's the bad thing.
Yeah. They were just the
fact that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got to Disney Plus before freaking Inhumans is horrible.
Yeah. So I think, obviously, Professor X is going to be there. Even though it'll be kind of funny to see, I hope it's not true, but Tom Cruise as the new man, as the evil Iron Man.
I've heard. Yes, I've heard.
If they're gonna do a Black Panther, I think it's going to be the villain in Black Panther. What's his name? Jordan, something.
What, Jordan Peele's character?
See his version of Black Panther. Yeah, the evil Killmonger. I think they're gonna have Killmonger, Professor X, maybe a version of Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, the new one, and I feel like they're gonna put someone in there. I could only hope for a Doctor Doom, but I doubt it. But probably, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna bring back someone old, so maybe like a Captain America or some shit. Like I don't know. I don't want to see that. Like I'd rather see all new people. That should be just fire. Or King the
That would
Conqueror.
be.
That'd be
That
dope.
would be. That would be. I don't
Yeah.
think we're getting King into probably really Ant-Man. If we do, we're gonna get him in the end credit.
Probably.
No, but I agree. Like, I think that's a lot of like. I heard there's a rumor, like, because I realized it too when I watched the trailer again on IMAX, which was fucking awesome. I can't wait to watch it in IMAX. Like,
Yeah.
the Savage Land theory was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that would actually be kind of fucking dope. Like, it
To
end
see
up like going
Kazar.
through the
Oh.
Savage. Yeah, that's what I mean. like there's certain things like shit like that. Like, because I was trying to think of certain aspects. Like, they were like, oh, like, you know, you could bring in X-23 instead of bringing Logan, make X-23 you know, Wolverine for the universe, and have like the grown version of the girl play it. Like that would be kind of cool. Yeah, like that shit like that.
Honestly, I'm getting tired of Wolverine, but you know, people want Wolverine. They don't want her.
I know, but X-23 would be sick as fuck.
Yeah.
like,
nah,
it's just
that would be fucking fire to see. But see, if they do something like that, like they break through the Savage Land, I would lose my shit if I see like Kazar and Sauron, like Sauron in the air, just for like
Sauron
a millisecond.
Will have me scream like a, I would scream like a girl. Oh my god, it's him! Y'all don't even know.
Yeah, I would fucking love that. But
those are some of my favorite episodes of the X-Men cartoon. Is with him on it. Like, honestly, like.
Oh man. But
True.
I don't know.
Those are things
what are your predictions? What do you think we're gonna see in that bitch?
I would like to see Savage Land. I feel like we're gonna see another X-Men besides Professor Xavier. I'm just not sure who. But I feel like there's gonna be another X-Men.
You think it's gonna be Phoenix?
No, I feel like it's gonna be someone more connected to the possibility of a time travel aspect. Or something that will make it make sense, you know, like
Cable and Bishop.
Yeah, something like that. Because they already like Deadpool. Listen, the rumor of Deadpool being in the movie and then Ryan Reynolds saying he's not going to be in the movie adds me thinking that he's most likely is going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like.
Dude, I would be so happy to see that.
Yeah. Because they already, like, he said, he confirmed, he's like, nah, we're making a Deadpool 3. Like, that's confirmed. Like, it's going to happen. So it's like, all right, just give us what we want. Listen, Doctor Strange should be dark, serious, awesome, crazy. But that one moment where Deadpool just pops up and just, like, what the fuck? And then he disappears again will make it, that will make it so awesome.
Oh, my God. That would be so fucking great.
Like, that's what I would like shit like that. Like I want the progression of like the X-Men. Like I was talking about it with Dante. Like I was like, I more or less like I'm going to that movie in hopes of seeing them bring in X-Men, maybe Fantastic Four, like something like I need them to make me realize like, oh shit, like because I know Quantum Mania is gonna be Ant-Man.
Yeah,
that shit's gonna boggle my damn mind as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, I gotta just see. I don't know. I just gotta see.
Now, if Mr. Fantastic is in a movie, it has to be John Krasinski.
Yeah, I don't know how to say
it. I can't do his last name. Because you know that
I want it to be him. I'm not gonna lie. I want it to be him.
And I want his wife to be Miss Invisible.
And you know what? I didn't care until I kept seeing those pictures to the point where it poisoned my brain to like, there is no Fantastic Four unless those two people are the fucking at least the beginning of it. Like,
because they're actually husband and wife. So let's do it.
And I know deep down inside, like, because I know they asked him about it in an interview. I can't remember the exact quote, but he did say something about like he would like to do it, and he was like, it's kind of pressurizing. Like, because it was like, it looked great. Like, he appreciated the fan aspect of what the fan did. But it's like now the pressure's on you. Like, yo, you got to be Reed Richards, my guy. Like that's a big role. Like,
I think they're saying his wife doesn't want to do it, like do a comic movie. But I'm just like, Disney has enough money to throw at her. Like, come on,
I think that was what she said. She said she doesn't want to do it, but if the money is right, she would do it. Same shit. Because the thing is, you don't want to do superhero movies because everybody feels like they get typecast. When you get stuck into a franchise movie, you get typecast. You get people want. Listen, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man for the rest of his fucking life.
Even he was saying, like, I think I'm going to give Spider-Man a break, but he's like, you still got another movie to do because you left on a cliffhanger. And, you know, like, I understand you want to do other movies, but come on, man. That's money for life right there.
Like, that's who you are. Like, listen. What is it? Robert Downey Jr. was 3 movies and out technically with the incentives of the cameos, and he literally did almost 10 movies as Iron Man.
Yeah.
So you're Iron, like I know he's done other shit, but you're Iron Man to a generation. You know what? You're Iron Man to me because honestly, I can't really say a Robert Downey Jr. movie I liked before Iron Man. So like. And that's me because I'm not a movie head, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, realistically, no, he hasn't been in anything that great. That
I know he's been in other movies, and he was like that young upstart guy. But dude, you did Iron Man, and when I see Tony Stark, I picture you. I picture that. Yeah. Like that's why when they pay respect when they do recent comics or cartoon, anything of a drawing. And it's somewhat of a resemblance of you as the human, that shows respect of what you did as that character. You know?
That's true.
Because they even did that in the Spider-Man game. The Spider-Man game, if you play the Miles Morales shit, everybody says the updated version when you play on a PS5 literally is Tom Holland. It literally looks like Tom Holland or fucking... It's Tom Holland between him and Tobey Maguire. It's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Like that's what they did because they were like, that's what the fans like, you know. That's how we see them.
Yeah, I don't know, but when that movie comes out, it's gonna be fire. You know, it's gonna have to be like this, where we have to talk about it the day of, because I want to be too hyped to hold it in.
All those movies I'm going to see the day of. I already have. I said, fuck it. If I have to go watch it twice, I'll go watch it twice. I'll go watch it by myself, then I'll go watch it again because the person could come with me that day. But until Thursdays will always be, you're not fucking up my Thursday routine. My Thursday routine is 7:00. I'm at that movie theater watching the movie. Yeah. Like shit. But not like there's definitely more shit that we got to talk about in the pod, but we already running an hour 20. We could do one tomorrow. We could jump right back on tomorrow.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna be home.
We'll do one tomorrow.
I'll be home a lot earlier. I'll text you and shit tomorrow. I'll send you all the details.
All right, cool. So yeah, we got some other shit to talk about. So anyway, we'll close this one up. Like, follow, subscribe. We're trying to get some money off this damn YouTube. I need some extra money.
Later. One day in my life.
Yeah. I'm trying to buy a house. Oh shit! All right, man. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'll probably put this out tomorrow. So,
All right.
So peace.
Peace out.